I'm going to say Sweeny Murti, Sal, just because we haven't talked about him much this winter. He's kind of a given. But remember, he finished the year, he didn't finish the year on the roster except for that last series against the Padres. He killed them by not being there in September. That offense was not the same. And he had core surgery, though, in November, which it's supposed to be an 8-week recovery, so he's supposed to be healthy by spring training. But that's a significant surgery, and, maybe, who knows, he's not a young kid anymore, so you got to see what he's all about. But when he's right, he was a key to that offense all last year.
Yeah, I thought about Marte. For me, I feel like, especially on the pitching front in that rotation, Jose Quintana, he is going to be a big part of it. So he's the lefty arm, and of course with the addition of Verlander, and everyone was talking about DeGrom, but you have Scherzer, so then you bring in Verlander, but you bring in Quintana. And I think that's a really big deal. So I mentioned, yes, he is the lefty arm, but last year, get this, he had a 2.93 ERA. In the second half, he had a 1.67 ERA. He's a veteran pitcher. He wants to be on a contending team. And I think that he's a key piece to this rotation.
Yeah, Mets are going to need both those guys to be major contributors here for him. Sweeny, who's the most important Yankees player we're not talking about?
I think it's Jonathan Loaisiga. You know how important the bullpen is for the Yankees, and you've seen some really good contributors. But think about what Loaisiga has meant the last couple of years. He had a stretch where you're talking and comparing him to the 1996 version of Mariano Rivera, where you talk about coming in for 2 innings at a time. And he is such an important weapon for the Yankees in that role. Some injuries hurt him last year, and trying to come back from that didn't quite find the same consistency that we saw before. That role isn't unique for the Yankees. Michael King fits that. We've seen Chad Green fill that role. He's no longer there. But getting Loaisiga back into that and getting him to the point where you can use him 2 innings at a time and really save the bullpen at times, even, in fact, probably close once in a while when you need, I think he is probably more than King, the most important Yankees reliever.
Yeah, I don't like to agree with you too often. But in this case, I do. You heard that interview. I don't know if you heard it. Bregman, after the season, was asked about who had the nastiest stuff he saw all year. He said Loaisiga coming out of the pen. So, yeah, that guy could be a difference maker.